Across the globe, in rich and poor communities alike, it's a monthly fact of life as common as a quarter moon. And yet in most cultures, menstruation is not discussed. Women's menstrual management needs continue to be a taboo subject, often overlooked by global and national health and development programs. Menstrual management needs include the need for awareness of and access to affordable, appropriate menstrual hygiene products, the need for sanitation systems where women may safely and privately clean themselves and their menstrual products, and the need for access to appropriate and acceptable disposal options and methods. To bring light to this important topic, PATH worked with 3 South African partners, the University of KwaZulu-Natal, eThekwini Water and Sanitation, and Match, to understand women's perspectives. We wanted to know how well women's needs in managing menstruation were being met by their improved sanitation systems. We used the qualitative Photovoice research method and provided 21 women from 3 informal settlements in peri-urban communities in Durban with disposable cameras to document their experience managing their menstrual periods. We followed up with in-depth interviews. The following photographs and personal accounts break the silence on this often overlooked topic and convey women's attitudes, practices, and daily struggles managing this deeply personal issue. This is their story. Participants described the start of menstruation as a distressing experience because they had not been told about it before their first period. Menstruation was marked by fear and confusion, the blood interpreted as a sign of having been injured, bitten, or even pregnant, despite never having had sex before.
I had my first period at school. My teacher said that I must tell them at home and do not come to school the following day. I said and I did not go to school for the whole week. And then I went back to school on a Monday. By then I had already finished.
Menstrual hygiene products were expensive, forcing girls to improvise.
I was still staying at home and my mother was not working, and she was unable to afford pads when I was beginning to have my periods. She caught me using toilet paper and told me to stop using it because it is going to damage me from inside. I stopped using it, but when I was starting, I would tell her. She would say she does not have money, and I would keep quiet and leave her.
Mothers often taught daughters about personal hygiene during menstruation, yet there was not always access to water and privacy.
My mother said that now I have grown up, I do not need to be friended with boys because I am going to fall pregnant. She said that when you are menstruating, you have to use pads. You have to change it in the morning, you clean up your body during the day, and in the evening when you go to bed.
CABs have been developed as a South African government initiative to provide access to water and sanitation to informal settlements in urban and peri-urban communities. Typically, there is a cab for women and one for men, each with several flush toilets, cold water showers, and a large sink outside for clothes washing. Cabs could be a 10 to 15-minute walk from a household and were often locked when it was dark. Households that had access to cabs typically also built their own private pit latrine next to the house for use at night or when the cab was locked. Poorly constructed informal latrines near homes allowed passerbys to see the user and flooded in the rains. VIP latrines and indoor flush toilets allowed women greater privacy, safety, and access than the cabs because of the proximity to their homes. VIPs are not only used by residents from a particular home, but also shared by neighbors.
When it rains, the water does not come in the latrine at the top, but at the sides. But for the person who is far away, he or she can see you. It has got open spaces, so whoever is passing by, they can see. How? You see this gap?
Pit latrines have several shortcomings, both for general usage and in the context of menstrual management, owing to their lack of cleanliness, privacy, and safety. But they are convenient, especially at night.
The pit latrine gets wet and the floor, it is really bad now. You feel uneasy when you think about going there. It's packed. Pampers fill the toilet. It was in the bad condition, but now it's even more worse. And when the sun rises, it starts to smell. The door does not lock. You just pull it only. There is no lock. You have to hear when someone comes or have a torch to let people know you are there. You can't get privacy as you would in your own home toilet. It has terms and conditions like closing at certain times. The home one is better because you can use it at any time. The one with the showers is far. It's also in the bushes. It's not right for women. It's not safe. Yeah. If you were attacked, for example, and you shouted, nobody would hear you or they wouldn't be close enough. There are lights, but everyone knows that the place is not safe. It is at times safe when you are going to go there during the daytime. But you see, when it is late, it is not safe. There are thugs.
One of the clearest themes was women's intense need for privacy and discretion during menstruation. This need underpins a number of attitudes and practices related to menstrual management. There is a strong desire to conceal evidence of menstruation from others, particularly from males. A quest for privacy is also a key reason why some women opt to change products in their bedroom rather than the inside of the pit latrine or cabs, where they are more likely to be disturbed by someone knocking on the door. But it is in the discarding of menstrual waste and the potential for it to be found or seen by others that the greatest risk is posed to women's sense of privacy and dignity. Without exception, substantial effort is poured into the discreet disposal of used products. Women describe the common fear that curious children would find their menstrual waste or that dogs would access it and scatter it in the open for all to see. This would bring embarrassment and, for some, shame.
There are no disposable bins at the CAB, you see? They are plastics only, and you find that it doesn't look nice. It is better here at home because you dispose in the pit hole, having wrapped the sanitary pad with paper or tissue and throw in the hole. Yeah, I would like to have some change as it is not right to throw the pad in the toilet. This toilet is not all right. We get sickness because as we bury it and dig it in the new place, the dirt is still left. It's not all right. I would like that to change, and also to change the toilets we use. To dispose of the used pads, you put them in the separate dustbin outside the house. You don't put it together with the main bag of rubbish in case somebody saw that. I mean, people come and look through the rubbish for things to recycle. If you put your dustbins out for the municipality to collect, you always see people coming and looking. There are tall dogs which climb up the bins over there. When our bloods are getting spilled there, we will be bitten by shyness.
We hope the voices and insights of these women from Durban serve as a catalyst for increased attention to menstrual hygiene education, appropriate products, and improved sanitation systems that address basic needs of access, safety, privacy, and disposal.